Lear is such a huge draw for people. But also, because you have Zapata, that's a huge draw for Spanish-speaking actors as well.
Hopefully,
so
yes.
you're really drawing in a huge diversity of people to come in and to audition for these plays.
Particularly, I guess, this year. I did have a year, what was the year I did Romeo and Juliet, which is a big draw, and I think it was the same year I did Zorro. Now, for Zorro, I also had, part of that cast was bilingual. And I was working with the language a little bit because I said, well, we can improvise here, because it was on a comic romance slash. I said, you know, let's keep it clean, but you know, you can play around with it a little bit at certain moments of the play, especially when you're trying to utilize the audience and yourselves, you know. So it had that freedom, you know. So it did have a little bit more of a crossover. This, I hopefully more so, and hopefully, you know, we write better plays. I write better plays, and hopefully the direction's strong. We built up the audience, and we have a great core of actors coming up now. Not that we didn't then, but even more so now, with reputation. And yes, I hope that is absolutely the hope, to have a greater crossover of you know the core population in this community, and that's always been important to me. All of my productions have been advertised in Spanish and English. In fact, the first year of incorporation for Moose Hall, because we're always Inwood Shakespeare Festival, when we incorporated, that year I did La Vida es Sueño by Calderón de la Barca, and we did it all in Spanish in the park. And that's pretty rare in the park in those days. It was a full Spanish production. Difficult to do, difficult to find good Spanish directors for that. I wouldn't take that on right now myself. I want someone who's fully bilingual. But we were going early on. You know, it was our mandate. The music, of course, is universal. Children's concerts, music is universal. Opera might be in Italian, but yet the music's universal. How many Americans do not understand Italian, yet they're going to come to the opera? But the community, in terms of Zapata, I'm working more so. It'll be a larger bilingual cast. There'll be larger tracks of the play in Spanish. And also we're trying something new. Because we did the opera last year, I learned I could do super titles and be seen in the broad daylight, because from 7:30 to 8:30 we're in the broad daylight. They can be seen, so I can utilize that. So we can have super titles when it's in Spanish, we can have the English super titles when it's in English, we can have the Spanish super titles. So that's something new for us. So we're being adventurous this year for a little nascent company.
Now, are the super titles only for Zapata?
Yes, yes. I don't have a translation of Shakespeare. I don't. That's, you know, I don't say no. We never know what we'll do in the future. But no, I'm not doing that this year.
Now, Kathy was saying that you've got hundreds of submissions, like much more this year than any previous year. Is that correct?
That's possible. Between email and hard copy, that's quite possible. Yeah.
Now, what's the draw? Why do actors want to play Lear?
There are so many wonderful roles. Now, you can say that about almost every Shakespeare play, and every little role it's got its moment of splendor. But with Lear, it's one of his greatest, and he has a number of masterpieces, but it's certainly one of his greatest. It may be one I'm most fond of, and one many people are most fond of. It's such a strong story. So the smallest characters will be having definitive moments which change the whole outline of the story in unexpected ways. So it's a great draw. It's a great challenge too, you know, as well. But it's a wonderful piece of material to work with. Shakespeare is in general, and this is, I guess, in particular. And for some reason, certain plays have resonance in their day, and I don't know exactly why. This is drawing a lot of people this year in terms of actors, and I suspect in terms of audience as well.